How you doing, everyone? Back from holiday, and it's been a mad 2-3 weeks in boxing. I'm going to do a quick recap on just a few issues with fights that's happened, and obviously one of the major stories over the past few weeks, which is this drug testing stuff, which is going on. So it's a bit crazy. Before I start on the video, please remember that I do now have TikTok, and I'll be on TikTok tonight giving my reviews and updates as the fights go on for this Chris Eubank versus Liam Smith. So if you're interested in some quick short videos of my thoughts as the fights go along, please follow me on TikTok at Old Lion Boxing. All right then, let's start first with this drug testing scenario. I done a video on Conor Benn the day he was exonerated, and I've done the video, and I said to one of my mates, I said, guess what, I don't feel right about this video. I know you feel pretty good about my decisions, but I said, let me say it for a second opinion. And my mate said, right, you're right, it's not right, leave it. Thank God I didn't put that video out, because as suspected, this scenario was not over. It is not over. I done a short video on TikTok saying that I'm very, very suspicious over this whole process with Conor Benn, because nothing's really been officially announced. There was nothing from UCAD, nothing from the board, nothing from anyone except Eddie Hearn and Conor talking, making all these videos. Turns out Conor was not cleared for not taking performance-enhancing drugs, clomiphene. He was cleared by jurisdictional reasons, where what sanctioning body or what order officiates the drug testing. That's absolute bullshit. The only thing you need to know about drug testing when it comes to combat sports is it in your blood? That is it. Who took the testing, who done the testing, how long it was here, how long it was there, makes no difference. If it's in your blood, there is a problem. I mentioned this in another video. Unfortunately, human nature is that we defend ourselves, and we, for good or for bad, lie. And everyone's saying, no, oh, I don't lie. Everyone lies. And when you're caught doing something you shouldn't be doing, even as a child, you get your hand caught in the cookie jar. Did you eat all the cookies, son? No, it weren't me. That's what we do. Yeah? As adults, it's bigger things in the cookie jar. When you're caught with something, that is it. There has never been, in my memory, a drug testing in boxing where someone goes, yeah, I did it. Everyone denies it. And for you to do a press conference, for you to do a press release from Matchroom, from Eddie Hearn, and from Conor Benn to say, you were cleared, you're cleared, it's free to fight. Bunch of liars. And that, I had my own opinions on Conor Benn and if he cheated or not. That whole scenario tells me all I need to know about Conor Benn and this scenario, because instead of saying what it was, you fooled the public and fooled people trying to say you were clear when you clearly wasn't clear. And now UCAD's appealed the decision because it is unfair. And they are 110% right. If it's in your blood and it needs to be discussed why it's in your blood, jurisdictional reasons mean nothing. Yeah? And again, Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, they're all playing it down. Well, you know, so and so, we suspected it. No, you didn't suspect it, because you were going out there trying to fool the public to say, we're clear, we're clear, we're clear, we're clear, we're clear. That is what you call a false flag. Yeah? Disgusting work from Matchroom. Disgusting work from Matchroom and from Conor Benn. And I'm never going to go jump on my high horse and say, well, I ain't going to watch his next fight, because yeah, I'm going to watch his next fight. Yeah? But as far as I'm concerned, I know exactly where Conor Benn is and what he's been doing, because that statement and that whole thing about this not doing nothing, not trying to get involved, bullshit. Total bullshit. Very disappointing. This whole drug testing thing has gone a bit sour now. Yeah? And the promoters, all promoters, let's say the top three right now, Eddie, Frank and Shalom are all going at each other's necks, trying to discredit each other and lie to each other about certain things and everything. And let's start debunking some of these stuff, what's going on. Matchroom saying they're doing all the drug testing, they're paying for the drug testing, they're going to do this whole thing and make drug testing safer. Okay then, that sounds good on paper, but this whole Conor Ben thing shows that, no, you're going to try and manipulate the situation around you. I'm not confident in that at all. I'm also not confident in why having multiple drug testing agencies for one fight. You got UCAD testing, but they don't test for this, so we use VADA. So we use VADA for this, but we're also going to get what's the other one? Anti-doping, the new one that Eddie Hearn keeps talking about. Going to use these guys as well. Why do you need 2 or 3 drug tests for one fight? That muddies the waters. That causes confusion. Yeah. So it sounds good on paper, but it causes more problems because this jurisdictional thing is saying, well, you passed one test over here, but you didn't pass another test over here, so you know you didn't really fail the test. Bullshit. Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, you lot have dropped the ball on this one because you started off something good, but nah, this ain't going to work the way you want it to work. Frank Warren. Again, Eddie and Frank always got each other's necks. Well, they all got each other's necks. Frank Warren said, why take drug testing and let it sit on the shelf for 9 days? That's not Matchroom's fault. Yeah, that's the drug organization and the sanctioning bodies and XYZ. Not sanctioning bodies, the drug testing bodies and XYZ that's caused this type of problem. Yeah, drug testing is not unique to boxing. I'm sure these labs and agencies have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of samples. Yeah, I don't know the average drug time for testing when it goes round and doesn't go round, but 9 days, you're blaming Matchroom and Eddie. No, you're not. You're wrong on that. You shouldn't be blaming no one. That should be blamed on the agencies. And if those agencies are credible and have the right testing for procedures, then you ask them why it took so long, and that should be expedited. But that's not a thing you blame on Matchroom. Then Ben Shalom was saying, why test the day of the fight? Shouldn't you be testing before the fight? And Ben, again, you're wrong, mate. People could take stuff on the day to improve their performance. So you need to make sure that people are not cheating before the fight, on the fight day, and after the fight. That's why you have drug testing across the board to work out what's going on in these people's system. And then obviously saying, why did you test Canelo the day before? He was only like 5 days or 6 days before the fight was announced. So doing testing was good that you got someone to be tested within that short period of time. Don't criticize the fact that he got tested and the test came out after. It was a short notice fight, tested on the Friday. You weren't going to get results back on bloody Saturday morning. So, like, again, you're all throwing dirt at each other, now I'm trying to say, but you're not really helping the issue. Ben Shalom keeps saying, oh, we need unified testing, unified across the board. But it turns out it looks like Liam Smith and Chris Eubank weren't tested by VADA for their up-and-coming fight. Again, it's a mess. I'm not going to get into it much further because I'm actually planning a big video on steroids in boxing, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to leave it there. But this whole drug testing thing and this promoter war over drug testing is an absolute mess. All right. Let's go to this Dubois versus Usyk fight. There's 2 sides to this fight right now. One is the low blow. I said it on TikTok already that on the night of the fight, I think it was a borderline low blow. And when I say borderline, it looked like it was on the belt. Now, depending who you listen to, anyone says that anyone hits on the protector, that means it's low. That's not a fact. Some people have their shorts raised high and that causes a problem. So yes, it's on the protector, but the protector's over the belly button. I'm not saying that was Usyk. I'm not saying that. Obviously, the protector as well, that I mean, is attached to a cup, which means that you could take a shot on the protector and it can jiggle or pull the cup to cause discomfort. So everyone's saying where the punch landed and how it landed and everything. All right then, fair enough point. But we can't really see that for sure. It's all speculations. Everyone's got a little pen and they're doing a line saying, well, here's where the line should be and here's where the belt should be and here's the belly button. Fair enough, but we can't really prove that. What we can say is how does the body work and how does it all react? And obviously human nature, how people react to certain things. believe, in my opinion, the lower the shot to the body is where it hurts. Belly button shot, little sting. A little bit lower, a little bit more. A little bit lower, now you're getting to that point where it's like, I can't function. Yeah? The Usyk shot, to me, looked borderline, where it wasn't that low, wasn't that deep. It was an uppercut, so the shot was going up, which means it could have yanked on the cup and caused discomfort. Does that require 3.5 minutes break? Not too sure, because I've seen people take real low body shots completely. As a man, a body shot that makes you go, ooh, and you feel it yourself, and they take less than 3.5 minutes. I didn't think that Usyk shot was that type of shot. On top of that, the ref didn't call for a point deduction, which makes you question the body shot. On top of that, Usyk done this before with Joshua. Again, now everyone's saying Usyk don't like it to the body. Also, now everyone's saying that, Usyk said as well, is that if the ref said it was a low blow, a knockdown, he would have got up. If he would have got up, why take 3.5 minutes to get up? Because that means you're saying, I wasn't that hurt, I would have got up to fight, and there we go. So again, it is a big mess. Dubois was losing that fight. Dubois was not winning that fight in any round or any part of that fight. He was losing the fight. I personally do not want to see a rematch of the fight. However, due to the controversy in the 5th round, a rematch is warranted because the ref made the fall. The ref called it a low blow instantly. He gave Usyk sufficient time. However, didn't deduct a point, and there's a bit of a confusion around how that's going to work. So I believe that we have to have a rematch to make that part fair, just to clarify that part. But let's also remember the other thing as well. Dubois quit. Yeah? And when I say quit, I'm not saying, oh, he quit. I'm not trying to make it about, what am I going to say? He tapped out. He drew a red flag. What am I going to say? I'm not trying to be discrediting Dubois, but he's shown this before in the Joe's fight. Is that when he likes to dish it out, but when the going gets tough, he doesn't really like it. Dubois, what he went down with, and that shot he went down with, do I believe he was hurt? Yes, I do. He was hurt from before, from the end of the round. Do I believe that was a fight-ending shot? No, it wasn't. He just didn't want to go there no more. Yeah? Frank Warren spinning the cards that he was disheartened and he was disappointed, and, you know, from the 5th round, he's like, oh, he lost his momentum. There was no momentum to lose. Yeah? He just didn't like the way the fight was going. He's what you call a front runner. Someone that likes to dish it out, but doesn't like to take it back. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, because fighting, when you're in the ring with another guy and he's whooping your ass, be it physically or technically, it's very, very hard to stand up to that. But let's not forget that we may get this rematch because of the controversy, but this is not a fight that Dubois was winning, and this is a fight that Dubois actually quit in. All right. While I was away, we also had the press conference for Charlo versus Canelo. I'm not going to stay too long on this. I'm going to do a full video on this shortly. Anytime someone jumps up 2 weight classes, you expect or want a legend, a top pound for pounder, someone that's shown at the highest level they are there. Charlo's unit of undisputed at 154. He's shown that he is of a high level. But I'm not sure if he's the high enough level that could jump 2 weight classes up. Yeah, we're talking about natural size and ability and obviously styles. And yes, those are all valid things that all have a valid basis. However, Canelo's fought as high as 175. Regardless if it was the beating of Kovalev or the loss to Bivol, he's been in there with much bigger, stronger men. I just think it would take a lot for Charlo to win this fight, or to be in this fight the way he wants to be in this fight. He's got to show everyone that he is truly elite. And finally, Errol Spence has activated his rematch clause for the Crawford fight, as he said he would. And I believe that's at 154. For me, this is a fight that is no longer needed. It's a lose-lose fight for me. And when I say it's a lose-lose fight, I don't believe Crawford could do a better performance than that. That performance was one of the best performances, or maybe the best performance I've seen with my own two eyes, against another elite pound-for-pounder. You could say when Mayweather fought Gatti, that was like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. But Gatti wasn't considered top 3 pound-for-pound. Gatti wasn't considered top 20 pound-for-pound. Mayweather said himself, he's a B, or was it C level fighter? Can't remember where it was. But the point I'm making is that when you got an elite, 2 elite pound-for-pounders, I've never seen that type of beatdown before. And I don't think the weight is going to have much improvement on it. There's nothing for Crawford to win in that fight unless he knocks out Spencer in the first round, which I don't see happening. He needs to do something better, which means absolute dominate him, then knock him out to beat that performance. And as much as Crawford showed he could knock Spence out, the way the fight was going, that performance was so virtuoso, I don't see it playing out that way again. Because now Spence has the opportunity to understand what he's done wrong and work on those issues. For Spence, I kind of feel it's like a cash out. And once I feel like it's a cash out, whereas the fight was so one-sided, it won't make the money it would made on last time. It won't do the pay-per-view numbers it did last time. Spence's reputation is damaged after that one-sided performance. And this is a fight where he could guarantee make high 7 figures, you know, rematch, they spin it, they sell it and everything, but it leaves him nowhere to go. At 154, there's no world title. Obviously, they're all with Charlo. Saying them going to 154 and you and Charlo in the same camp, even if Charlo was to beat Canelo, Charlo will still have belts and has to make a decision. If he was to lose, Charlo will still have his belts minus the IBF, I believe, because that's now going to be, one is going to be stripped of him. So all the belts are there with your stablemate, your best buddy, you know what I mean, your friend. So I'm kind of lost of why take this fight. Wouldn't it be better for you to re-establish yourself at 154 by fighting someone where you could actually win a fight or win a couple fights and build yourself back up? Having 2 fights lost to Crawford, and again the wear and tear, the car accident, obviously your lifestyle, it feels like a bit like a cash out to me. So yeah, I'm not really sure about that one. But again, no date for that yet, but yeah, we'll do a full video on that shortly. Well, anyway, that's my little update for the past couple of weeks. Expect regular videos over the next week. I've got a few planned videos that I'm looking forward to. Like I said, I've got a video with a friend of mine for the Ngannou versus Fury fight. I'm really looking forward to making that video because he's an MMA guy, so it's going to be that MMA versus boxing conversation. He's a very, very knowledgeable mate of mine, very, very knowledgeable. So I'm looking forward to doing that video. Hopefully that'll be done in the next week or so. I've got a big video planned for steroids in boxing, and I'm planning that as we speak. So hopefully that'll be in the next week or 2 weeks. And I'm also planning a few shows. So we're going to get a new, I don't know if it'll be weekly or monthly type show, which is going to be that big review type show. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So fellas, keep watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please share if you get the opportunity to. And like I said, I'll be on TikTok tonight if you want to watch some short videos on thoughts through the fight. Everyone take care. Thanks.